So we heard a love story, we heard from an expedition, maybe now it's time for a fairy tale. So. Oh, sorry, once upon a time, stories were passed down by word of mouth, weaving together communities with shared knowledge and wisdom. These tales help people make sense of the world, bridging generations and preserving culture. In the way of our modern world, data isn't so different. It's full of information waiting to be understood, shared, and connected. Let's dive into this modern-day fairy tale of data and discovery and see how Base4NFDI creates digital fairy tale that hopefully benefits us all. Let me tell you a fairy tale of a smart hero who wants to do the right thing, of fierce opponents and tragic circumstances, and at its core, of hope. Imagine a magical land where data flows and knowledge grows. Welcome to Fairyland, where adventurous fairies are on the noble quest for findable, accessible, interoperable, and reusable data. Let me tell you a fairy tale, or since our story is unravels in Germany, it's a fairy tale. Meet our protagonist, Fairy Fran. She's a diligent researcher, eager to contribute her findings to the greater scientific community. But alas, FAIRyland is not without its challenges. In her journey, Fairy Fran faces fierce opponents: the data silage dragons, the sorcerers of Mount Metadata, and the unicorns of non-interoperability. She has to climb the cliffs of inaccessibility, overcome the shadowlands of data privacy, and find a way around the meeting swamp market. All of which cannot discourage her to keep her noble quest. Tragic circumstances before Fairy Fran as she struggles against the forces of chaos and disorganization, and in the form of a dragon fiercely protecting their data silo. But amidst the darkness, a glimmer of hope emerges, the Base4NFDI initiative. Base4NFDI, the beacon of light in Fairy Fran's darkest hour, stands for Basic Services for National Research Data Infrastructure. It is an initiative dedicated to implementing research data management services across the scientific disciplines. An interdisciplinary group of experts discovered that many scientific fields have similar requirements for research data. They brought a Base4NFDI to life in order to support common solutions that can be used all across FAIRyland, no matter which discipline. With the support of Base4NFDI, Fairy Fran won't give up. She navigates the maze-like paths of FAIRyland, overcoming obstacles and forging alliance with fellow fairies of research. I am for NFDI, the identity and access squad in Base4NFDI, hence a magical key to unlock any door. The key facilitates her journey, not only across the cliffs of inaccessibility. TS4NFDI, the terminology service gurus, hence her magic goggles that translate text in the languages of all fellow fairies of research, making it easy to cooperate and understand each other's. PID4NFDI, the persistent identifier team, hence her enchanted needles to store and connect knowledge securely, essential for labeling, finding, accessing, and managing informations. The PID needles are also essential for the work of KGI for NFDI, the knowledge graph infrastructure team. We are building a giant mural that connects all knowledge in Fairyland and is able to answer any questions. It is even easier when Fran wears her terminology goggles. DMP for NFDI offers an enchanted pen that can fill data and software management blend almost automatically. And Jupyter for NFDI provides a magical calculator that not only calculates and displays data, but it can also explain the steps. But fairy friends sensed there would be more good deeds from Base4NFDI. So she went to see a fortune teller, who predicted that in the future would be fairy shops and schools, organized from NFDI.software and RDM training for NFDI. There, Fran can learn the basics of data management and find the right tool to make it happen. Together, they uphold the principles of fair data, and in the end, Fairy Friend succeeds in her mission unlocking the treasure of knowledge hidden with a Fairyland's data landscape. One by one, the Base4NFDI tools, services, and guidebooks are distributed through Fairyland, transforming not only many individual journeys of fairy researchers, but bit by bit also the whole Fairyland. Roads to previously inaccessible places. Schools teach the kids the ways of the fairies. Collaboration thrives between different tribes and species in the Fairyland, even with the unicorns. In conclusion, the journey to fair data in Germany is not unlike a fairy tale. It's a story of courage, perseverance, and the power of collective action. Initiatives like Base4NFDI empower researchers while ensuring that knowledge remains open and fair for generations to come. And now, all is well and we all lived fairly ever after? No, that's not the case. Fair research data in Fairyland is in constant journey, and Base4NFDI is eager to find more useful services in the future, which serve the fairy community. I may have called the endeavor of Base4NFDI a fairy tale, but we all know in every fairy tale lies a true core. Our basic services are not some magical wish which still hasn't been fulfilled yet. Even though they are in their development, you can already try some of their wonderful powers and functions. And if you are an ambitious fairy like Fairy Friend, feel free to contact the basic services or us to shape the future of Fairyland. You can find more information about our magical website and feel free to share the fairy tale of Base4NFDI. Thank you very much.